We're going to start the day with some FAFO. So she says, Boomer MAGA mom disowned and evicted. And so this is the text message that she sent to her mother. She sent her this picture of Trump with all these words: cheater, rapist, racist, felon, fraud, thief, misogynist. And then this is what she shared. She says, if you ever do pull your head out your butt and realize that you're again putting a worthless, toxic, shifty man before your own daughters, you're welcome to apologize for what you've said and done and have a place in our lives again. She disowned her mom via text. And here's the caption she put on the post. She said, my mom lived on our property without paying any bills or rent in a travel trailer we gave her for free for 7 years. We're moving, so she moved in with my Hispanic lesbian younger sister several months ago. So these are Hispanic people. She is a Hispanic boomer MAGA woman. All right, she says, well, little sister messages me and says she can't do it anymore. The dissidence is too great. Mom is a nice person, but nice people don't vote for schnatzy rapists and against their own children. Long story short, this schnatzy Trump scum cult got me reevaluating and remembering everything. Our upbringing was chaotic, violent, abusive, everything a childhood shouldn't be. My mom gravitates toward fascists because she was or is a fascist herself who ruled with an iron fist, a leather belt, and the fear of God. She used to say stuff like, I gave you life, I can take it away from you. We literally lived in terror. She was mean. There have been many epiphanies, but the strongest being this. Schnatzy Trump scum cultists have always been garbage people. Trump is a mirror. He is a reflection of who these people have always been. He absolutely does represent who these people are. I love my parents, but they're trash humans. They were terrible, abusive parents, and they are deeply, deeply stupid people. So my mom got evicted from my little sister's apartment and now has to go live with our miserable, high-strung, schnatzy Trump scum older sister who stresses mom the F out. For everyone who says stuff like, you can't cut people off because of politics, the politics of destroying our democracy, electing a rapist and convicted felon, pardoning the J6 domestic terrorists, and the move to an authoritarian Nazi regime was the last straw, not the first one. It was the Musk Nazi salute that really sealed the deal. I sent her the video of Musk HHN, and she sends back the tired trope of Hillary, Bernie, Obama, Kamala, etc., selectively frozen in a wave that looks like the salute. That meme is ridiculous. These people are not only hopeless, but they're doing Schnittler's Trump's work. They're little Goebbels disseminating disinformation on behalf of the Fourth Reich. All I keep thinking is how I would behave if this wasn't pre-Nazi Germany. You know what I wouldn't be doing? Simping for Nazi billionaires. I'm standing up to Nazis one family member at a time. I've gone no contact with practically everyone but little sis. There you have it. This woman got evicted. But the thing is, how do you have a Hispanic lesbian daughter and you vote for Trump? These people are wild. Hellkite says, you absolutely can't cut people off for this stuff, but in the long run, it will feel much better. And to that, the OP says, this isn't the first time I've gone no contact with my family, and life is just so much nicer and chill when there's not this psychological and emotional baggage hanging over my head. I can really say I tried everything. I gave her a home rent-free. Hell, when I was a young adult and broke AF, she charged me rent when I moved back home. My conscience is clear. We're moving to a blue state so we won't be surrounded by schnatzy traitor scum like we are here in Texas. Wow. Wow. And I really do think that it is going to boil down to going where other people are like you. People are going to have to get out of some of these states that are just surrounded by these people. So that's story one. Now, this post out of the Boomer Being Fool subreddit. She says, Boomer Trump mother kind of regrets it. She says, I saw my mother yesterday. She is a single white 68-year-old who voted for this. I was updating her on her grandchild, my son, who has autism and epilepsy. He has certain supports in place at his public elementary school that help him navigate. Well, just got notice that he will lose those supports next year. And I was upset about this because she helped the actions that are taking away my child's ESE supports, the most important of these being his para. So I can see in my mother's face now, in real time, the regret kind of sinking in. I do love my mother, even though she is incredibly stupid. So I have always tried to maintain my relationship with her by not talking politics anymore. But I just had to tell her how her vote for this disgusting person will change her grandson's life. But I also told her it's okay. It's not all your fault. Millions of people have been scammed by this monster. I still love you, but you made a terrible mistake. A lot of people are going through this. A lot of people will be having these types of conversations, and a lot of people should feel the regrets themselves based on the things that they are feeling, the impact that they are directly feeling. But I do have a feeling that these types of posts will be more prevalent. Wondering Derek says, what did she say? Come on, don't leave us hanging. Any remorse? I never thought this charlatan would do this, blah, blah, blah. What happened after you told her that? She said, oh, yes, sorry. She seemed like she felt bad, but her only response was, yeah, I guess everyone's mad at me because I voted for Trump. Whew, yeah, such compassion. Wow. Willing Elevator says, not everyone not talking politics is a big part of why we are where we are. And then the OP, whose name is Hey You Turd, that is hilarious, says, it's time to stop being civilized. And this person at the bottom says, I just want to say, I have to laugh at your username going along with this comment. And then just a few comments on this post. Wishy says, mine is short staff and just tells me to keep my autistic kid at home. Mine goes to school probably twice a week. We just had spring break, all week off. Came back to school on Monday and they called me to pick her up because no teacher. That's the thing that's going to happen. You cutting funds all over the place. This is going to impact people all across the spectrum. People that voted for Trump, people that didn't vote, non-voters, and people who voted for Kamala Harris, because slashing school funds impacts everybody that has kids in school. Web Informal says that's awful. Our neighbor is a paraprofessional who voted for Trump, and I don't know if she's going to have a job next year. Okay. Wishy said, even before Trump, paras are paid nearly minimum wage for work that they have to do. During a year, we go through like 5 para. Some autistic kids need stability. They need to pay these people. They need to pay teachers more. They definitely need to pay support staff more. Boo Boo Kitty says, I was a school social worker. I would rather live under a bridge than be a para. Those angels get very little training and they do the hardest part of the job and often get treated like by all the other staff members. That's unfortunate. I only stayed in the school system for a few years because it was soul sucking. We live in the Midwest and have one of the best school systems in our area. I can only imagine how other schools in the area are managing. And then finally, I'm going to cut it short after this because it's not really about Boomer Trump anymore. Boomer Trump mother. All right, so this person says, ESE para here. I'm incredibly lucky that I receive $20 an hour in a high cost of living area. I don't get paid when other teachers have spring break, winter break, or summer. I probably make $450 a week if I'm lucky, but my son is in daycare and that costs $300 a week. No one at school, some of the other teachers don't even acknowledge me. It's a lonely existence, but I do it for the students and experience. I will be moving on next school year, though. I'll miss the bonds I've made with some of the students, though. That's sad. I wanted to just show that some of these people are doing this and not making very much money at all. We really have got to pay people more money, not be slashing money. All right, y'all. 2 different boomer mother stories. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.